And a very good day to you and welcome to the program. How many years do we have on this earth? Good question. Can you answer that? I know you're in the gym 5 times a week. By the way, I'm on my bicycle 5 times a week. And I ride my horse as often as I can. And I do 100 press-ups every morning before I have a shower. That's right. But is that going to prolong my life? That's the question. Let's go straight to the Psalms, Psalm 39 and verse 4. Please listen to this. This is God's word, not my word. Lord, make me to know my end, and what is the measure of my days, that I may know how frail I am. Okay? And the same again, we go to the book of Job, chapter 14, and I'm reading from verse 5. Job chapter 14 and verse 5. Since his days are determined, the number of his months is with you. You have appointed his limits so that he cannot pass. So I want to say to you, I believe from these scriptures that our days have been appointed to us before we were conceived in our mother's womb. You cannot shorten those days and you cannot lengthen them. Now, how you live your life, of course, is your decision. If you want to carry on smoking and you want to damage your lungs, if you want to carry on drinking and you want to damage your liver, and if you want to carry on taking drugs and have a complete meltdown, that is your choice and that is my choice. But we will still live the same amount of years. It just might be you're in a wheelchair, or you're hooked up to an oxygen bottle, or something like that. But the days that have been allotted to us have been prescribed by God before we were born. Now, when I understood that, that made me feel good. So what I've got to do, I've got to live life to the full. Okay? Now, a lot of you are saying, yeah, but Angus, is that definite? Well, there are exceptions. If we look at 2 Kings chapter 20, we see that King Hezekiah, when he was dying, the prophet said, you are dying. And he faced the wall and he cried bitterly. And he said, Lord, please have mercy on me. And the Lord increased his life by 15 years. So there are exceptions to the rule, but I'm talking about generally. Now, you can either live your life joyously or you can live your life miserably. That's your choice. But I want to say to you, it's not about the length of time that you spend on this earth. It's more about what are you going to do with that time that you have been given that counts. You see, Paul said in Philippians chapter 1, verse 21, he said, for me to live is Christ, and to die is but gain. So you can't frighten a Christian with heaven. You've heard me say that many times. That's the absolute truth. So you and I are in a win-win situation. If we die, we go home to Jesus. If we live with him. It's not about how long you live. It's about how you do what you do with what you have. David Brainerd spoke to the First Nation people in America. He was an amazing man of God. He died at 29 years old. Robert Murray McShane started one of the biggest revivals in Britain, in Dundee, Scotland. He died at 30 years old. Jim Elliot took the gospel to the Indians in the Amazon jungle, and he died at 28 years old. He said, it is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose. Come on, let's live life for Jesus. Let's live it full, and let the Lord take care of the date when he's going to take us home. Jesus bless you and goodbye.